cardio session, do a stream for you guys. This one may not last long. I just want to get something done, get some fasted cardio in before I go eat. It's running a little late. Had a really good session. It just took a while because I kind of really took my time setting up chains and stuff for the good mornings and ramping those up on a comfortable. Because I did a heavy deficit deadlift on a 2.5-inch deficit, not counting the chucks, and pulled 545, which I'm happy with. But I did quite a few singles going up. So we ended up getting a decent amount of max effort work all done because I made 20-pound jumps pretty much. Well, I did a 30 at one point. So if that counted as a max, and I had 3 at 90% or higher. So we're right there on Prelipin's chart. So, but yeah, no, I did some heavy chain good mornings after because I felt like my glutes were kind of the weak link on that deficit. Now, granted, we're always going to slow at the top on the deficit deadlift. Hey, Larson, what's going on? If you guys will also toss me a like, I will get people in here fast because it's going to be a real fast one. But yeah, for some reason, it's so incomprehensible to people when you try to explain that deficit deadlifts are for your lockout. They improve lockout strength. People have this insane idea that rack pulls do, and they don't. And they have also an insane idea that deficit pulls make you faster off the floor. And I'm sorry, that's just not true. People don't understand strength curves or acceleration curves when they make a statement like that. And you find there's quite a few coaches, some of them with really big ass numbers, who agree with me. And again, I think one of the conversations I had with Tom Martin and I discussed that a number of years ago, like on Facebook on my wall time. And again, he was an all-time world record holder at one time in the deadlift. I met him and I was in the UK. We both agreed on that. And that's a guy who pulled 900 plus while lean. So we all agree on that. Like deficit deadlifts are for your lockout. Peppermint says, yeah, he's the only like so far. Come on, click that like button for daddy. I know y'all want to. Also, OnlyFans. How much? I've got 50 pounds on right now total. The vest is a little under 50, but with everything I'm wearing, I'm calling it 50 because I'm wearing some other kit, which we don't need to state what all that kit is. Stay strapped or get clapped, homie. Larson, what's your name on the OnlyFans? I'm going to see if you're telling the truth or not. Very simple. What's your username? Because I get a bunch of people who come in here and pretend they're on it and they're not. So what's your username, homie? I'm actually curious because you might actually be one. Oh, so you don't actually love it. Guys want coach to give them daily lives and we can't even drop a like, I know, right? But speaking of that, I had a response and I made a status and I uploaded a video real quick. I had a bunch of haters try to claim that I'm photoshopping my junk. So I did a quick video, straight up just phone video, and sent it out as pay-per-view. I am not photoshopping my junk. So then you guys got just straight up video right there recorded on the phone. That is not Photoshop. No, Facebook's not a dead platform. The algorithm shifts a lot on people. We discussed that in groups. So one of the big creator groups I'm in, and I'm personal real life friends with one of the mods in there. Like I know her in person. There's always weird shifts in the algorithm, and we're all trying to figure it out. Like we're all group thinking on it. No, I don't need to measure my quads today. I'm going to now require super chats to take measurements from now on, Jack. Since people pay me for everything on OnlyFans, anytime you guys have requests like that on live streams, you're going to have to pay for it. And that's just the way it's got to be. So body part measurements are going to be $20 a piece. Right? And if you guys can't pony up $20, then go get a job. Go start a business, do something. I'm just how it needs to be. People do that with making gains. They drop money to him all day long. So, if you guys really want to see those things, you're going to have to pay. Uh, no, I mean, I do tons of free stuff. What do you mean? All my stuff is free, but if you have requests, I want to see you flex. I want to see you measure a body part. We're getting into OnlyFans level stuff. We're getting into your personal fetishes that you're jerking off to, and you have to pay for it. That's all I'm saying, homie. Hey, Peppermint, speak to me in English as if I know it. Talk to me like I'm an idiot. So have you tried going on flippy-floppy bleep-blop? On what? See what I mean? You got to talk to me like I have no idea what you're talking about with stuff like that. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what the word blue means. I know what the word sky means. And I know what social media means. But in the context of that sentence, it's like bleep, blop, floop, flop. The what? Blue Sky is like an alternative Twitter. How monetized are they? I don't do unmonetized platforms. I'm just telling you. I'm not posting stuff that I'm not going to make money on. Like direct money. I just don't do that. Like everything I do online is either monetized and it drives to the coaching business. I'm not, this is my job, guys. And I don't mind giving tons of free content, but I'm still getting paid for it. Have you ever noticed how many people ask about the Plus 5 hat? Is it possible to be good business? No, probably not. Because it was just a shtick for a short time, and it's not that many people asking at the end of the day. All right. Jack, what are you talking about? All right. You just sound like you waddle through the forest. Let's just get rid of you. You get to go in the corner for the rest of the day. You can come back tomorrow. Mainly Steve, because I'd have to go buy another one. I can't find it. I might have accidentally tossed it out. Like, I don't even think I have the Plus 5 hat. So it's like me going and buying another $20 Plus 5 hat just because maybe a fan somewhere. It just seems a little strange. You know? Why? And I don't hand load. I haven't hand loaded in years. I don't have really time for it. It's not cost effective in my life anymore in terms of cost and benefit. The reason people hand load is to make your shooting cheaper. That's the reason people do it. Saves a lot of money when you do tons and tons and tons of shooting. I'm not doing as much anymore. Like, it was shaving like $500 a month off my ammo costs on average when I was doing it. You know, that turns into what, about $6,000 a year savings. But I can't justify that time expenditure anymore. Yes, Larson, it's too personal. Plus, all the stalkers already have my license plate. They know the blue book and everything on my car already. So, you know, but I don't want to talk about that because we're dealing with stalker stuff at that point. Hand loading not cheaper because you were shooting more. Yeah. I was doing a ton though at that time. Can you no longer save by making? No, there's a break-even point. No, because I don't practice enough to justify it. Hey, Lottie, that is kind of funny, right? And you no longer, Coach, how many rounds were you getting through? The time I was doing all that, on an average week, hit minimum of 500 every week was going downrange. That's why I was able to drill, like when you guys saw me, like drilling 30 rounds with a magazine change in 12 seconds inside the bullseye. Because that's how much I was practicing. Do you know Alan Collins? I know Alan Collins in person, yes. I know him personally. Why do you ask? I've met Alan Collins multiple times in person. Hey Larson, are you talking about when I was walking and out of breath and someone asked me something like that? Use some common sense, come on. Actually, you just sound like a troll. In fact, only a troll would ask something so stupid. You can go in timeout. Looking like an absolute unit, Blaha, thank you. Who, Alan Collins? I don't know. He might be good for advice there. I mean, Alan's been powerlifting a long time, right? Unless it's a different Alan Collins that I'm thinking of. Are we talking about the old guy? I think on the powerlifting forums, his username was Hellraiser back in the day. So, all right. Yeah, he even had a meet named after him. Yeah. I've been to that meet before. So, no, Alan's a tough old man. I mean, I would assume, I didn't really talk training with him. We just kind of BS'd about life when I met him. I would assume, given his decades of powerlifting experience, that he probably is a decent source of information. Coach, quick question, hammer curls worth the extra time? Potentially. Potentially. Man, my whole rib cage is actually not enjoying this walk right now. That deficit pull and then those good mornings, man, they really hit my middle back super hard. I'm realizing it now that I'm walking with this vest. Like, Jesus Christ. So, because I did that 5:45 on a big deficit, and then I did 3:15 good morning with 80 pounds of chains on it for a couple of work sets. Hey Peppermint, we've all had clients who thought there was nothing you could teach them. They're usually under the age of 25. Because you have to remember, dude, 23-year-old men literally know everything. Dude, a 22, 23-year-old man, especially if they're penning testosterone, they're the most intelligent, knowledgeable creatures on the face of the earth. They literally know everything. They know more than every other person alive. So yeah, that's a common problem with that age bracket. Not universally, but if you get one who has that attitude, I guarantee you they're going to be 23 years old. 6 out of 10 times. Jason, since adding back some conjugate, do you have carbs high? I'm on low carbs. If you can squat 420, what should your good morning be? I don't know. Depends on the person. Louis Simmons would tell you 420. Keep in mind, I've had clients who literally good morning as much as they squat. Old school says, I didn't realize how smart my father was until I got into my 40s, right? I say about 35, I realized that my dad wasn't a complete dumbass. I say about 35. Like, oh my God. There are things he said that make sense. Why didn't I listen? Did Max Houston is not going to be responding to me. But I mean, I can't believe anyone takes his advice though. And I'm just saying that serious. As someone who's a lifter, I'm just flabbergasted. I'm completely flabbergasted that a guy with so little knowledge and horrible training has any followers. I mean, the power of trend. Right? Jesus. Like, he literally is at first year level training knowledge. He is a complete noob. It's scary. It's just amazing how these people get followings just because they have some decent genetics and blast a bunch of trend. You know, there's your recipe, guys. You want to make some money. Because without gear, that guy would have literally no muscle at all. Like, his training is that bad. I'm surprised he even got where he is on the drugs. Like the fact that even on gear, because he doesn't show signs of growth or insulin or anything, the fact that he, in the time frame he did, gained the muscle that he has on just androgens, with as bad as his training is, because he almost might as well not train, says something about his genes. How come you don't collab with people? Because I don't feel like collabing with people for the most part, and people don't want to collab with me. Pretty straightforward. People are scared to collab with me. Thoughts on massive iron? Mount Rushmore of bad bodybuilding influencers. I'd have no idea what you just wrote. Yeah, I have no idea what you just wrote, dude. Could you like retype that coherent? I know you might be trying to be sarcastic, and that means I can't understand what you're saying. Not when I'm out of breath and walking. Coach, you have the Mount Rushmore of strength coaches. Scared to collab. Yeah, because trolls and stuff. Right? People are scared of trolls. I just block them or put them in timeout and move on. But people are terrified of trolls. People are pussies for the most part. They really are. People are weak. They're soft, they're pussies, and they're scared. They're scared of losers who can't afford an OnlyFans, you know. Alan Thrall's training philosophy says VMI. I don't know what Alan's doing these days with his training, honestly. Rick Shaw's Mount Rushmore. But in any event, guys, I'm about to wind this down. I want to get home, get some food. And I can't see this screen on this trip back to my house. So we're going to wind it down now. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next time.